what the MLB needs to fix ASAP. Baseball, America's pastime. Long time and still is. It is my favorite sport. But there are some things that I think should need to be looked at and fixed in the near future. So Rob Manfred, if you're hearing this, listen up and take notes. Alright, first we got to start off with what makes a sport good. The thing that makes a sport good is scoring opportunities and action. And if you can think off the top of your head, two sports that have that, basketball and football. These sports are two very high action-packed with scoring opportunities. This is why these two sports are loved all across the world and especially in the US. Basketball, you see teams score like 100 to 120 points per game. The Warriors just beat the Bucks 129 to 128 as I'm recording this video. They beat them by 1. That is crazy. That's what baseball needs to have. Maybe not 100 points per game, but we need to see more scoring to bring younger fan bases back to baseball. Let's start talking about why the National League needs a DH. Alright, so some people have an idea, 9 players on the field, 9 players step up to bat. Well, that is America's pastime, the pastime rules. We're in the future now. We need to start seeing a little more action, and that's what we saw this year, especially in the National League. And with the DH, it really helped teams come and bring stuff to the table that they didn't have last year. The Giants were everyone counted them out, but they were 1 game away from making the playoffs. Sam Coonrod gave up a 3-run home run to Trent Grisham, which lost him out of the playoffs, which was very sad as a Giants fan myself. But let's talk about the Braves. The Braves signed Marcell Ozuna to a 1-year deal where he absolutely balled out. I'm talking had a MVP caliber year, but he was beat out by his teammate Freddie Freeman. Let's take a look at Marcell Ozuna's stats and why he was so great to this team that completely helped them make it to the NLCS and helped them almost beat the Dodgers. Marcell Ozuna had a 2.6 WAR with 228 at-bats, 77 hits, 18 home runs, a .338 batting average with 38 runs, 36 RBIs, and 0 stolen bases. That is a crazy year. 18 home runs, 338 batting average. The dude balled out. I mean, he went off. If it wasn't for Freddie Freeman, he was probably really close to MVP, and he was a very good DH. And I don't see why you would want to take the DH out of the National League after seeing what Marcell Ozuna did for the Braves. Let's look at the Giants. The Giants this year had a great increase in points scored. They had a great year offensively, and that was mainly due to the ability to have a DH in their lineup. Next year, it was looking good. We could have Joey Bart as a DH and have Buster Posey behind the plate. It was looking as if the Giants could perform very well next year with the DH, and now there's no DH, and it's making life a lot harder for most of the National League teams. That is why I think the MLB needs to put in a DH. Rob Manfred, please do it. Now let's go on to our next topic. Topic I want to talk about is the electrifying moments in the MLB and baseball games. You see guys like Tatis who are hitting absolute nukes, but earlier in the middle of the year, Tatis hit a grand slam to go up by a bunch of runs by 15-0, and he was getting hate for it. He had to apologize. Why? He's playing the game and he hit a nuke. He shouldn't have to apologize for playing well. That is what I think is a huge problem in the sport. Baseball is supposed to be the gentleman's game. Respect, be kind, respect, and don't go overboard with the runs and stuff. That's not what's going to make the game become more fun. What makes the game become more fun is when more runs come in. The most exciting games of the year were when Marcell Ozuna scored 3 home runs and there was 29 runs on the Braves side of the game, and when the Giants scored 23 against the Rockies, those were fun games to watch that I could watch over and over again. Like, come on, I want more high-scoring games, which will really bring the sport back to life, especially in the younger fan base. Finally, I forgot to mention, if you're still against the DH, alright, imagine this scenario. Your star pitcher goes up. Maybe you're a Mets fan, it's Jacob deGrom, or you were a Reds fan, it's Trevor Bauer, or wherever he signs this year, and your star pitcher goes up to the plate and gets nailed in the head, getting a concussion, or breaks his wrist by a fastball from Aroldis Chapman. Do you really want your pitcher to risk being out for the season or ending his career just because he came up to the plate where what, he's going to bunt? Like, come on, the pitchers do not know how to hit very well, and most of the time they're going to bunt, which is no one wants to see bunts. Like, we want to see hits, we want to see home runs, we want to see runs. If you bunt, like most pitchers are no longer doing, it's not exciting, and pitchers aren't able to get hits, so there's really no point in having that extra dude out there. Like, what happens, bases loaded, and your pitcher has to hit? Yeah, it's going to be pretty sucky when he pops out or strikes out. This is why we need to put a DH in the National League, especially. Finally, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And comment down below what you think about the DH.